Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Media and Information Literacy. Let's talk about the lesson 5. So, before we go to our lesson, I have here some simple questions that you need to answer. Number 1 is, what makes the library a reliable source of information? For our next question, how do you access information using the internet? For the third question, why should indigenous sources of information be preserved? So our lesson 5 will be tackled the media and information sources. For our learning outcomes, number 1 is to the learners compare potential sources of media and information. Number 2 is to demonstrate an ability to examine and compare information from various sources in order to evaluate its reliability, accuracy, authority, timeliness, and bias. And number 3 is to determine the accuracy, reliability, and value of information by questioning the source of data, limitations of the information, gathering tools or strategies, and the rationale of the conclusions. So these are 5 things you need to consider if you want to research some information through internet or through the print media. Number 1 is the reliability of information. When you say reliability, information is said to be reliable if it can be verified and evaluated. That refers to the trustworthiness of the source and evaluating the reliability of information. So when you say reliability po, is ito po yung mga sources kung gaano ba natin na mapagkakatiwalaan yung mga sources na pinagkukuhanan po natin. So, ang reliability is talk about trustworthiness. And then, the accuracy of information. Accuracy refers to the closeness of the report to the actual data. So, kapag kuha po tayo ng mga information sa internet or kahit sa anong pamang platform na gagamitin natin, it's either print media, broadcast media, or new media, kailangan po, hindi lang po isang sources lang yung pagkukunan natin. Especially po kapag dates po yung hahanapin natin. Kung mapapansin niyo po sa mga books, especially sa mga history books, may mga instances talaga na hindi po accurate yung mga nakalagay doon na mga data. Kasi syempre, kumukuha lang din sila ng information sa ibang sources. Kaya kailangan tayo, bilang naghahanap o nagre-research po ng mga information, ang gagawin natin is, kapag maghahanap po tayo is hindi lang po isang source lang yung pagkukunan natin. Kailangan at least 3 to 5, and then i-compare po natin kung pare-pareho ba sila ng mga data, especially nga po sa mga times and dates. And then value of information naman po, it is depends on the people who are using the information. When say value of information kasi is, information is said to be value if it aids the user in making or improving decisions. Kung isang information ba na kinukuha natin or nakukuha po natin is nagagamit po ba natin sa pagde-decide sa mga problems or sa mga decision po natin sa buhay. So, depende po yung value ng information sa isang tao. And then, when we say authority of the source, it talks about the writers, reporters, or yung mga tao po mismo na gumagawa or pinagkukunan natin ng information. So, example po, kapag naghahanap tayo ng information about law, and then, ang available na book is, yung unang author is HRM student or HRM graduate, and then yung isa po is law student. Syempre, mas kukunin po natin yung gawa ng lawyer kasi expertise po niya yung about sa law. So, the authority of the source tackles the expertise of the reporters or writers. And then when we say timeliness naman po, reliability, accuracy, and value of information may vary based on the time it was produced or acquired. So, While a piece of information may have been found accurate and reliable, valuable during the time it was produced, it may become irrelevant and inaccurate with the passing of time. May mga information po na nagiging outdated. So, for example, your assignment is about how many Filipino have coronavirus. Siyempre, hindi mo pwedeng kunin yung information na inireport during June 2020. So, ang kailangan mong kunin na information is yung present, which is October 2020. So, nagiging outdated na po yung mga sources na nakukuha natin. Kailangan, kapag kukuha po tayo ng mga information, especially sa mga current events, syempre po, dapat yung pagkukunan nyo is kaka-publish lang or kaka-broadcast lang. So, yun po yung timeliness. Ito po yung mga things to consider if you want to research such information. So, let's talk about indigenous sources. A material is indigenous when it exists naturally in a particular region or environment. So, when we say indigenous, it is native, local, originating, or produced naturally in a particular region. Hindi naman po lahat ng media is available po sa mga provinces, ng iba't ibang provinces sa Pilipinas. For example, sa isang province is walang internet access. So, hindi po sila makakapag-access ng mga different website. May mga provinces din po na walang signal for TV and radio. So, ang ginagawa po nila is sila-sila lang din po yung pinagkukunan nila ng information na kailangan nila. Ang indigenous sources kasi is kailangan nating ma-preserve kasi kailangan kasi nating i-preserve din yung mga cultures and traditions na meron tayo. Ang indigenous sources kasi more on folk or traditional media, gatherings, yung pagtitipon or social organizations, direct observation, records, maybe written, carved, or oral. Mostly po sa mga indigenous sources is oral tradition or oral instruction. So, when we say oral tradition, it is a form of narration wherein the elders recount their culture to their children and grandchildren through legends, folktales, epics, mythologies, and folk songs. So, yung mga ancestors po natin, kung mapapansin yung mga lolo at lola po natin, is mahilig sila magkwento sa mga apo or sa mga anak nila. And then, itong mga anak at saka mga apo na pinagkwentuhan, kapag nanganak sila, ikakwento rin nila sa mga magiging anak nila. So, yun po yung oral tradition na tinutukoy po natin. Ang kaso lang po is, hindi po reliable tong mga oral tradition kasi naipapasa-pasa po yung information through sabi-sabi or through talk, through oral. Diba kapag, kung parang nagiging chismis kumbaga. Kasi, kapag nagkwento ako sa'yo, iba yung magiging dating sa'yo or pwede kasi madagdagan or mabawasan kapag oral po yung mga sinasabi po natin na mga information. So, kaya siya hindi siya nagiging reliable source. Ang kaso lang, syempre dito sa mga oral tradition kasi, kailangan pa rin natin siyang i-preserve kasi part po ito ng culture and tradition. Examples of oral tradition are legend or yung mga alamat po na sinasabi natin, like alamat ng pinya, alamat ng kung saan nanggaling ang isang bagay. So, yun po yung mga alamat. And then, yung mga folktales po, yung mga kwentong bayan. And then, epic. Epic tells a heroic adventure of a main character that sometimes possesses extraordinary powers. And the most common, or yung pinakasikat po, na epic na alam natin is the Biyag ni Lamang from Ilocos. Lastly, the mythology. This is story similar with a legend and folktale, but it focuses more on creation. So, it focuses on gods and goddesses. If you're familiar with Zeus, Athena, sa Greek mythology, ayun. Sa Pilipinas naman, dati sinasabi nila na naniniwala ang mga Pilipino or sinasamba ng mga Pilipino ang kahit na anong bagay noong mga unang panahon. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng mythology. And then, let's talk about primary sources. So, when we say primary sources, these are original materials such as artifacts, documents, recordings, and other sources of information that were produced during a particular period in history. So, primary sources are original. Examples nga nito yung mga artifacts. Sa documents naman, ang example po ng documents is yung mismong gawa po ni Jose Rizal. Yung mismong gawa kasi ni Jose Rizal is nakapreserve yun hanggang ngayon. For example, yung pinagsulatan niya mismo ng El Filibusterismo. So, yun po yung primary sources. Paano siya magiging secondary sources? Magiging secondary sources po yung El Filibusterismo kapag pinablish natin ng bagong libro yung mismong El Filibusterismo. So, it gives second-hand accounts about a particular event, person, or information. It also provides another angle and analysis from the perspective of another person. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, yung El Filibusterismo po ni Jose Rizal is meron na siyang iba't ibang language. So, nagiging secondary sources na po yung mga yon. And then, library. Libraries organize and store their book collections on shelves and stack. So, we have 4 groups of library, such as academic, public, school, and special. And lastly, the most common source of information is through the use of internet. The web allows you to access most types of information on the internet through a browser. So, if we want, or if we search information through the internet, we must check the reliability, accuracy, value, timeliness, and authority of the information. In the reliability, we will check the author, kung credible po ba yung mismong nagsulat ng information or nagsabi ng information. Next po is check the date of publication or of update. Dito pumapasok po yung timeliness. And then, check for citations. Reliable authors have discipline of citing sources of their information. Kasi hindi naman po lahat ng information is talagang nanggagaling sa isang tao lang. Meron at meron siyang maisusulat na information na galing po sa ibang tao. And then, check the domain or owner of the site or page. Dito naman papasok kung yung mismong nag-publish po ng information is credible. So, yung mga domains po ng .edu and .gov is more reliable po yun. Pero may mga instances kasi na hindi rin or nagkakamali rin sila ng pinapublish na information. Kaya yung gagawin nyo, hahanap pa rin po kayo ng ibang sources tapos i-compare nyo sila. And then, for accuracy, look for facts. We will check or we will cross-reference with other sources to check the consistency. And then, check for advertising. Dito naman sa check for advertising, dito po pumapasok yung mga clickbaits. Kung napapansin nyo, for example, sa YouTube, may mga mahilig na content creators na nagki-clickbait po ng mga tao. For example, naghahanap ka ng information, and then, may nakita kang isang video na kung saan yung title is the same or almost the same dun sa hinahanap mo. And then, pagka-click mo is advertising pala or gusto lang talaga nilang i-monetize or hindi po yun yung information na hinahanap mo. So, yun po yung mga clickbait. So, mag-ingat po tayo sa mga ganun. So, these are the things you need to consider. Again, the accuracy, the reliability, the timeliness, the authority, and the value of information. So, thank you very much, and these are my references. Have a good day.